Upcycling for Ocean Conservation by Timothy Banks, Sara Milbrodt, Travis Mumm, Kimberly Palmer, George Dua, and Darnise Kennedy. Stay tuned to learn how much plastic pollution is in our oceans? What impact does this level of pollution have? How can new technology shape the future of this ethical dilemma? Who is responsible and what can they do? What is ocean pollution? Who is responsible and how is it happening? An estimated 17.6 billion pounds of plastic leaks into the marine environment. By 2015, humans had generated 8.3 billion tons of plastics, and 6.3 billion tons had become waste. Households generate 77% of ocean microplastics, with 66% coming from our roads and 45% coming from our water treatment systems. The argument is that upcycling plastics is one of the best ways to keep the world's oceans clean of plastic debris, and it is our moral obligation to take a closer look at how we impact our oceans.
We will now talk a little bit about the history of upcycling. According to the merriam-webster website, upcycling can be defined as to recycle something in such a way that the resulting product is of higher value than the original item, or to create an object of greater value from a discarded object or lesser value. Upcycling was actually referenced from a German book back in 1996, but the term actually was coined in 2002 officially. When the term first started, it was often confused with recycling, because recycling and upcycling sound very similar to one another. But as we know, recycling is when we take our recycled materials and make something of lesser value. And upcycling, on the other hand, is where we take these recycled materials and create something of greater value, such as jewelry or bracelets or something like that. They wanted to coin this term to have something in reference for repurposing these recycled material, and that's where the term upcycling came in.
This is Sara Milbrodt discussing the science of upcycling. Does it have an impact? What impact does upcycling have on our oceans? Looking at the past, since the dawn of plastics in 1907, our oceans have slowly gotten dirtier, with 98% of ocean plastic coming from the land. Large quantities of plastics are exposing humans to chemicals which destroy our endocrine system. So even if you did not throw a bottle directly into the ocean, you're still contributing towards the plastic that ends up there. We have not yet explored all of our ocean to gauge exactly how bad it is everywhere, but studies like these begin to paint a very dirty picture. What does this mean for our current level of recycling? We aren't doing enough. With so much still ending up in the ocean, we need to find something to do with all of this plastic before it becomes trash. Artists may make a living from ocean trash and bringing awareness to the issue, but we can do more. Do we have the technology to reuse plastic? What is being done to bridge this gap in effort and results? New science opens our eyes to new possibilities and what we can do to save the environment. Talking about these actions on social media and encouraging our friends and family to do the same can change the supply and demand. Nevertheless, is pulling upcycling material from the ocean the best we can do? Using technology to solve ethical dilemmas, and then solving the ethical dilemmas of new technology. See plastic differently. Founders of Norton Point partnered with Haiti's Plastic Bank to recover ocean plastics that process into pellets for sunglasses. But how much are the waste pickers getting paid to find the plastic for businesses? That's where Wrappable Recyclebot comes in. An open source 3D printable extruder for converting plastic into filament can be created at home with a 3D printer and $700 in supplies from a local hardware store to prevent plastic pollution and solve the poverty level wage issue of waste pickers. To make sure that we're still on the right track, interoperable smart ocean environment. This allows smart sensors and scientists to see real-time global data about the oceans. Humanity can use the most up-to-date information to make a better decision about the ocean's current state. A global review of the environment impact of recycling showed all publications except one indicate potential environmental benefits with reusing and recycling versus landfilling. What will your part be?
Hello everyone, my name is Travis Mumm. I'm going to speak about the upcycling in the business world. With a heightened focus on sustainability and conservation, what can organizations do to stay on top of these trends while maintaining profitability? Consumers are more than willing to spend their money to know that their items are purchasing are eco-friendly. They're looking for products with keen brand awareness, which have evident sustainability qualities and which meet their environmental social expectations. There are many benefits for businesses and organizations to implement upcycling practices and technology. Upcycling is the reuse of discarded items, materials, to create a product of higher quality or perceived value than the source product. Upcycling reduces the waste of fabrics and textiles by reusing dead stock or fabrics that are gently used to make new clothes and products. Businesses can reuse both consumer and post-consumer goods, or a combination of both of them. How have companies been using upcycling? First, we have a few companies here, Sharp and Kansai Recycling Systems. They've expanded closed-loop plastic recycling, which is basically stating they have been expanding a process that enables repeated recovery of plastics from consumer electronic products. The new technologies developed has allowed Sharp's volume to improve each year with recyclable plastics. Next, we have Tommy Hilfiger, set to launch 100% recycled cotton jeans. These are pre-consumer cotton scraps from the cutting room floors and factory floors are being used to make the jeans. They are also using a recycling process that uses less water and chemicals that helps to reduce their waste and generate less carbon dioxide. The sewing thread comes from 100% recycled plastic bottles, buttons from unused stock, and hanger tags made from recycled paper. Third, we have Adidas. Adidas, over the past couple years, they have produced 6 million pairs of shoes by upcycling collected ocean plastics. Recently, they were named one of the most sustainable companies in the world. They recently partnered with ocean conservation group Parlay for the Oceans to produce a range of products made from recycled waste from the sea. These are the Ultra Boost trainers, which are the 100% recycled material shoes. Adidas works to keep plastic out of the oceans and transform it into high-performance sportswear. Next, we have Pentatonic, which the brand Pentatonic decided to turn consumer trash into mass production design pieces. They even have implemented a buyback system, which guarantees the customers that their purchases will be bought back and recycled into new editions. Even Starbucks has gotten into the act of upcycling by recently signing a deal with Pentatonic to manufacture its hallmark chairs from used plastic bottles and discarded coffee cups. Upcycling limitations in business. So why these businesses are implementing these upcycling technologies? Is it because they genuinely have concern for the environment and are getting forth or putting forth the effort to improve the environment? Or could it be that increased pressure from consumer brands to cut end waste in the face of financial penalties? Upcycling certainly has its benefits, but it also has a current limited scale, which may not relate to any big savings in production costs or profits from consumer demand. Since upcycling tends to be more labor intensive than manufacturing from raw materials, companies may see increased costs rather than reductions. Upcycling certainly has some terrific one-off ideas, but still does have a way to go to enter the mainstream. In order to enter the mainstream, upcycling has to prove a record of accomplishment of design, products, and quality to outweigh some of the corporations that think they might threaten design and quality. The other issues is that there is a huge supply-demand mismatch to deal with. The surplus waste from all the materials used would still be mountainous, and the need for current products created from upcycling would not fulfill that. Industrial designers would need to be extremely inventive in coming up with desirable products that's at least as beautiful, if not more, than equivalents made from new materials.
My name is Kimberly Palmer. I'll be speaking with you about subsection number 4. In this section, I will be speaking with you about the business that use products for fashion and also the effect that it has to the economy. Business that use products for fashion would be Nike, Allbirds, which is a shoe company, something that I learned. There's also Eco Helmet, who does the safety equipment for the bike sharing service, and also Patonic, who's a European company. All of these companies uses the recycling items that is found within our ocean, trash, and daily living that we consume and throw away daily. By doing this, it affects the economy to bring more awareness of what we can do with the items that's being thrown in trash to be recycled. By taking these items found to a business to make a profit for them and better our society.
Hello, everybody. My name is George Deere, and I'll be talking about the upcycling effects on people. The purpose of upcycling technology is to help rid the oceans of debris. And like any other technology, there are other unintended benefits. In the case of upcycling, the unintended benefits could affect humans economically, socially, and culturally. As upcycling could be a main source of new raw materials for industries. The new source of raw materials will help industries reduce the use of virgin raw materials. The new raw materials will inject money into local economies to help transform the lives of people in such economies. There is a report of an entrepreneur in Ghana using upcycled plastics to manufacture pavement blocks. A clear example of some unintended benefits of upcycling. There is another report in the Journal of Comparative Social Work of aid workers using ocean debris, plastic waste to be precise, to make handbags for refugees on a Greek island. The debris, according to the article, is from wreckages of inflatable boats and migrant ships that found its way onto the island. The report stated that some of the refugees learned how to make the handbags from the aid workers. And I'm sure as the refugees travel to their new destinations, they will introduce the art of putting waste into good use into the new cultures they encounter. This will in no doubt help change the attitude of the cultures they settle in, and will by no means influence their new society in a positive way. Humans are the main sources of ocean waste, and it is incumbent upon us to help clean it, minimize it, or stop it entirely. If there is a technology that will help in this direction, whilst at the same time influencing the lives of people in a positive way, that technology is by no means upcycling. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Darnise Kennedy, and in this section, I'll be talking about the impact and ethical implications of upcycling. Positivity and responsibility. What impact does upcycling have? Now that we know what upcycling is, we know that it is a fact that upcycling has a positive effect on humanity. Upcycling combats pollution. Items that could have potentially been thrown in the trash are changed and used in another way. There are numerous ways to use items in creative ways. Plastic bottles, for example, can be used to create bird feeders, home decorations, photo frames, funnels, and measuring cups. For upcycling ideas, you can log on to greenerideals.com. And there are many other ways you can use your imagination, and a simple search engine can help you. Now that you know how easy it is to upcycle, what would stop you? There are ethical implications to upcycling. Pollution has brought so much harm to marine life and has done great harm to the environment. One example in particular is a study conducted by the Scripps Environmental Accumulation of Plastic Expedition. The Scripps study shows that fish are ingesting anywhere from 12 to 24,000 tons of plastic per year. These ocean problems don't end there. They stretch to the animals and people that eat the fish. Humans and animals depend on fish for food, and many humans depend on fish to make a living. The problem spreads. The ethical implication of upcycling is the fact that if some action is not taken, our ocean will continue to be polluted. Ocean pollution negatively impacts the environment, as shown throughout this course project. We all should do the best we can to ensure that we prevent ocean pollution. Upcycling is one source of prevention, and it doesn't cost much. The knowledge that we can create change demands action. We all can make a difference. Thank you.
The long-term solution may lie in determining which applications are essential, which ones offer short-term benefits only, and in developing biodegradable plastics to produce disposable items with a short lifespan. In conclusion, upcycled ocean plastics said it best. Examples set by these companies should inspire us to make a difference in ourselves. Individuals can make an impact by being aware of the issue, using less plastic, recycling or reusing plastic, and talking about the need to reduce plastic pollution in the ocean. Thanks for watching.